Okay, so this video, as I told you before, is about the conditional with modal verbs. Why I expressively, why I am explaining these in priority is because these are the ones that we use the most often. So basically, very often we use them. So it's like instead of saying I would play, you'd say I would be able to play, or I would have to play. These are structures that you use quite commonly when you speak, and they are structures that people are often trying to use without really knowing how to do it. So that's why I'm having a look at this with you now. So on my whiteboard, still the same lesson from before, there we are. You use the conditional form of the modal verb to show how an action could possibly turn out. So, for example, so let's take our modal verb or pouvoir, devoir, savoir, and vouloir. There we are. So the four modal verbs that we learned together when we were doing the present tense, plus the infinitive. So this is how we're going to do it. So basically the conditional of that, so conditional of pouvoir, devoir, savoir, vouloir, plus the infinitive. So I'll give you an example, so that will be a lot easier once you understand how it works. For example, je peux, so je peux manger would be I can eat using the modal in the present tense, okay? So that's the present. Je peux manger in the conditional, that would be je pourrais manger. So you don't put manger in the conditional, you put the modal. So je pourrais manger. I could or I would be able to eat. That would be the conditional. So another example here, nous pouvons jouer, we can play. There we are, it's the present tense. Okay, and then here, if you want to put it in the conditional, then you just put the pouvons, the modal verb, in the conditional, so that gives you nous pourrons jouer. So here, of course, I am not building with you the conditional, because that's something that you would have done in the last lesson, how to form the conditional. Nous pourrons jouer. But here, if you have a look, you have the ending. I'll take a different color. You have the ending here. Nous pourrions, sorry. Here we are. Nous pourrions jouer. So the ending of the imperfect. And remember that pouvoir is actually an irregular verb in the simple future. Therefore, you would have the irregular stem of the simple future. There we are. Okay. Nous pourrions jouer. We could play potentially if something happened in present or in the near future that is going to change the situation. Then we could play. So imagine saying, well, at the moment we will not be able to play because it's raining. So you have here your timeline. That's the present, raining, raining. And then here we will not be able to play, so we will not play football. Okay, so we will not play football. However, if in the near future the rain stops and the sun comes out, then another timeline is going to create where actually we could play. Okay, we could play because the conditions, the possibility will change because an event is going to change in the near future or in the present now. And that is basically how we form the conditional with the modal verbs. So I'll let you have a look at your exercises on this, conditional with modal verbs, and I'll see you in the next lesson about this C structures. There we are.